Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Ford Goes Fishing. It's your boy Ford. I'm down at my local club lake, and I'm here to talk to you about what I think is the best value rod on the market today, and that's this, the Free Spirit CTX 3.5 pound SU. Let's get into it. So guys, I'm going to start immediately with the price for this thing, because I like leading with the price on a review. I think have the price up front. This rod is roughly, depending on where you go, around £165 at the time of recording. Now, what makes this rod what I think the best value rod on the market? Because clearly it's not the price. And I know what you're thinking, £165 is a lot of money for a rod. Now, these actually came really highly recommended to me by a certain well-known long casting angler when I was discussing where I would be fishing earlier this year. And he said there's two rods on the market that I would recommend to you at your price point, and that is the Shimano TX2s and these, the CTX 3.5 SUs. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've been a bit of a whore for Free Spirit rods. I bloody love the look of them. The little bronze whippings, you know, the weaved modulus matte finish with the gloss whippings. I mean, for me, this rod is borderline semi-inducing. I just absolutely love the look of this thing. And I know looks aren't everything, and this thing can pack a punch. Now, the reason it's called SU is because the SU stands for stepped up. So what that means is that it's got a bit more of a taper, and it's just a bit beefier at the butt end. Now, what this means is that you can actually you can really wang it. Like, you can proper compress this thing and get some good casts out of it. Now, I've only got the 12-foot version. The long casters out there will probably want to see a 13-foot version, but they do both. So for me, the 12-foot works because I don't do a lot of long-range fishing. When I do, it's still within 30 wraps. So this thing has all the power I need for my angling. It also has the ability to fit in my van, which is so important, because if I didn't have the ability to fit in my van, then I wouldn't be fishing. In terms of the casting then, when I look at the casting, you know, I've had this thing out to 33 wraps with 0.40 line. Oh, little Nautilus submarine cruising along the surface. I think zigs are going out in a minute. This thing can cast. I've stupidly come to a lake to get some B-roll of me playing fish. Oh no, don't worry.
What? Oh.
And didn't consider the fact that I'd probably want to wang one or two. So I'll try and get some B-roll of that. But it's not the kind of, I mean, I've only got about 12 wraps to the far bank, so yeah, it's not good. But the thing about this rod as well is the precision. Because it's stiffer, you know, I feel like I have more precision in the cast, and this rod just gives me so much confidence with everything. Now, in terms of playing fish, this has a relatively fast action, and I say relatively fast action because actually the tip end, it has a nice progressive taper, so really it's probably more mid-actioned. When I play fish, I mean, this thing has had fish from £7 all the way up to £50, 2 ounces. And to be honest with you, everything in between, apart from a 30. It's just, for me, it's just the rod. You know, it's just a brilliant tool for all of my carp angling. I also had the barbel rod, the CTX barbel tamer, in 1.75 pounds before it got nicked. And I can tell you that as well is a phenomenal barbel rod. So I've got a lot of faith in the Free Spirit brand as an entirety. So that's the rod, really, in a nutshell. I've used it for just over a year now, and honestly, it's the best rod I've ever owned, and I've owned a fair few in my time. Before this, I was using Gray's Air Curves, 3.25, and they're brilliant rods, but this is just levels for the similar price point as well. You know, I'm talking about the original air curves. I think you could probably pick them up for a lot cheaper now, used, but for the price point, these really are just a ridiculously good rod. And you know, they're a lifetime rod as well. The quality of all the materials is second to none. I know a few of you will probably jump in the comments to back me up here with Free Spirit rods, because they are just brilliant, and they are a superb little rod. But I know why you're here, and you're here because you want to see me catch some fish, and that's why I've come to the shores of my local club lake. It's home turf. We're not going to be catching any 30s today, let's be fair. It's pasty bashing, but we'll see how it goes. But honestly, this rod, as I'm hoping you are about to see, is amazing. And if you don't see anything in a minute, I'll probably be selling them very shortly afterwards. So yeah, let me talk a bit about the lake that we're at today. So it's just a small mill pond. It's about 450 to 500 years old. It has listed status, and it is about 3 acres in size. In the summer, absolutely covered in these. It's your classic English mill pond. I've chosen to come down towards the shallower end of the lake, just based on my own local knowledge, and I've already seen fish cruising just under the surface, and I'm seeing a lot of feeding going on where I've put some bait out. So I'm hopeful that the rods will rattle off in a minute. We've rocked up fairly late. We're only here for the day session, but this place is usually good for a few bites. So we'll see how it goes. In terms of my setup, guys, you've seen my videos before. It's a Ronnie, obviously. I've gone for Scopex squid today because I just have so much confidence in the bait, and really, although this is a tackle review for my rod, I wanted to get out, I wanted to catch some fish, because I'll be honest with you, my confidence of late with my angling has just absolutely tanked. So yeah, coming here really just will hopefully reignite things, reignite the fires, but also just give me confidence in my rigs again, because honestly, I mean, everyone knows what it's like. You go on a run of blanks and you just start questioning things. And I know I'm a decent enough angler, but sometimes I just need to revalidate that and restamp that in the book, as it were. So I'm fishing slack lines, but tight clutch, and the reason being is because the lilies are starting to come up now, and I can already see there's a been looking at it this whole time. Someone's snapped off a float in the lilies, and it's just sitting upright ready for a bite. Like, it keeps catching my eye, which is why I keep looking over that way. But like I say, the signs are really good. We've seen a lot of fish fizzing already this morning. They're reacting to the bait. I'm seeing some fish cruising. If I haven't had anything by about lunch, I'll probably put like a 1.5 foot, 2 foot zig on. The lake here is only 3 foot deep. In terms of the fish stock, it's absolutely racked full of carp, among other things. It's very good for perch, this lake, as well. It's the biggest carp in here is probably around 17 pounds, I think. So if we get anything over that, it's going to be an absolute bonus and a half. But really, the average stamp here is around 9-10 pounds. So again, not expecting huge fish. They are pretty fish. There's a lot of commons, but the mirrors in here are stunning when you catch a mirror. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. Let's wait and see what happens, eh? Oh, and if you hear trains, there's nothing I can do about it. The train tracks are literally 50 yards to our left. You know, it's your classic club mill pond. You can't be more classic than this. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. Here's special guest John Sturmey testing his new toy. Look at this bad boy. Oh, he's still got the wrappers on. There he is out there with his new bait boat, having a little play around. Oh, and he's got his new singles as well. John, on a scale of 1 to tart, how are you feeling?
Extremely tarty.
Excellent. Thanks for coming. Yeah. Well guys, here we go, fruits of a day's labour. About 6-7 pounds maybe at a push. Not big, but look how pretty it is. Probably a good way to sign off the video. So if you like it, hit subscribe, hit the like button, drop a comment, let me know what you think of the rods, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Got one.
Here he is, the boy wonder, doing it again.
Got one. I've done it. Oh, okay.
Unbelievable scenes here at the mill pond.